I'm going to check out the 2022. This is the Honda City Hatchback EHEV. So very quickly go through around the specs. So this is the top of the range RS variant. Alright, there's three lower variants, the S, the E and the V spec. Alright, so this price more than 100,000 ringgit Malaysia. This is a hybrid variant. Uses the same engine as the Honda HR-V EHEV. 1.5 liter Atkinson cycle engine together with an electric motor. Alright. So now let's just show you the exterior. So I think you have seen enough pictures and there are many of the city on the road, but the hybrid is somehow a rare one because it is quite expensive for a B segment hatchback to go price more than 100,000 ringgit Malaysia. So now for the exterior, you do get very nice LED headlights, and this being a RS package, all the trims that are supposed to be chrome in other variants is already blacked out. Okay, there's a RS badge right here, and same time the Honda logo is illuminated with the blue linings. And special for the RS, as you can see, the fog light housing is finished in a more aggressive form. Alright, as you can see now, the headlights is turned on. Looks pretty nice and classy. Alright, so this is the overall look. So the City Hatchback front look share the same look as the normal City sedan. So the code name for the hatchback is GN5. The normal City is a GN2. Alright, but for the hybrid variant, they will have different code name, alright, which I'm not really sure. So this is the rim. This is the same rim as you found in the V spec, but this is finished in dual tone, whereas in the V spec, there are no dual tone finishing. Alright. So it's finished in 195 55 R16. So only 195 because they need to maximize the fuel economy of this City hatchback. Alright. So the City hatchback in Malaysia actually replaces the Honda Jazz in Japan because this car is cheaper to make, I suppose, for the costing compared to the new generation Jazz. Alright. So side mirrors are blacked out together with the Honda lane watch camera. On here for the left, there are keyless entry for both front doors. So special for the RS variant, you get rear disc brakes. Other variants get rear drum brakes. So here's the rear look of the City hatchback. So many of people think that the City hatchback, the rear, it does look like a BMW 1 Series or A45. I mean, it's a very aggressive look together with this diffuser. Only in the RS variant, the V-spec gets a cleaner bumper design. But for me, offers the rear diffuser actually makes the rear not look too gosong in my opinion. You get a reverse camera, and the windshield wiper is mounted on the windshield instead of on the boot, like right here, like the Toyota Yaris. Alright. I quite like the City hatchback looks. Do get a rear spoiler. Alright. So the dimension of this City hatchback is similar to the City sedan, just that it's without a boot. Alright, it's a hatchback. So now let's get inside the car. So 100,000 ringgit Malaysia car, still get manual adjustment seats, but the seat material is different from other variants. So there are mixture of three material. This is Alcantara light finishing. This is fabric. You do get some Mercedes kind of design, alright, and do get some leather padding on the sides, alright. So it's quite noisy. So now let's stay inside the car. Close the door. The door closing are considered quite solid, and as you can see, if you close the door, the meter actually comes out the RS animation. Alright, as you can see, looks pretty nice, and it's a half digital half analog finishing. Alright, so it's the same meter cluster you found in the HR-V, alright, as well as a City sedan. So now let's go through the door panels. Alright, the door panels are finished in hard plastic. Alright, obviously for a B segment hatchback, they can't offer you more because this all adds to cost. Alright, So all you get is full of hard plastic, but they are the high quality ones, alright. And do get automatic window for the driver's side only. Do get electronic retract side mirrors, door lock and unlock. This is the sonar sound, alright. As I mentioned in the HRV Walkaround for electric vehicle, because this is considered an electric vehicle because the engine is only charging the battery to move the electric motors to push this car, okay? It's not the engine that pushes this car. So there are different concept of the hybrid system from Honda, from the first generation IMA system to the IDCD, the intelligent dual clutch drive, as well as this new concept, the EHEV. Alright, so this to adjust the headlight leveling. This being a RS, you get aluminium pedals, alright. Do get a footrest, alright, which is good. And the footwell is actually very spacious. And the steering wheel, you do get tilt and telescopic, which is nice. Signal is on the right side, alright, typical Japanese car. These are the regenerative braking, alright, as I mentioned. There are no gears in the hybrid of the Honda, alright. This is an eCVT, alright. So the steering wheel are wrapped in leather together with some red stitching. These are your push button start, alright. These are the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment which supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And the signal sound is also different from the usual Honda City that you found. You do get a more substantial signal sound. This is to put your cable if you want to activate the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So it's nicely putting right here. There's a 12-volt socket and some storage space to store your phone. 2 cup holders. Econ mode. These are the gear stock, finished in leather. Alright, quite solid. They are finished in gloss black. And exclusive to the RS variant is the electronic parking brake with brake hold. Alright, it's not automatic brake hold. When you reach a stop, you need to press the brake hold so that the car will hold for you. It's not the auto hold function like you found in a more premium segment kind of car. And this part you can put your phone. So this center console layout is different from the usual petrol variant of the cities. Because in the usual petrol variant you do get a handbrake, but this one you do get electronic parking brake. Alright, you get a center armrest, and the seat upholstery is also very high quality. This part you do get leather wrap finishing. And for the city hatchback are all finished in black, whereas in the city sedan is finished in cream color. Alright, personally I think cream color looks more premium, but for the city hatchback, Honda wants to market a more sportier market, so therefore they give you full black interior. Alright, this car total got 8 speakers including these 2 tweeter. Alright, so it's a very well spec car. But does it justify the 100,000 ringgit price tag? That you need to ask yourself. In my opinion, the best variant of a city sedan or the hatchback is actually the V variant, the petrol variant, because most of the consumer in Malaysia are not ready for hybrid or electric vehicle yet. Therefore, the V spec is a perfect car, perfect variant for them to go for if they are shopping for a B segment hatchback or a sedan. And I always think that the city always got advantage than the Toyota Vios or the Nissan Almera, alright, in terms of the brand image as well as how they design the interior. Alright, it looks pretty sporty. So let's check out the rear. So for the rear, at the same thing, you do get ultra seat, alright, only exclusive to the city hatchback and the HRV. So when you see inside the car, so first thing you will notice, the seat bench is rather short length. Consider the legroom is humongous. So maybe their concept is they actually cut the rear seat bench in order to give you a more spacious legroom. And only the RS spec comes with a rear aircon vents. The normal city hatchback doesn't come with it. But in the city, you do get rear aircon vents in all variants. So there are some specs different between the sedan and the hatchback. There are 2 12-volt sockets for the rear for charging. Quite generous. Rear seat pockets. Alright, there's some cubby spaces. And for the RS, the headliner is finished in black instead of cream in the normal petrol variant. So this is the interior look. What do you think of the City Hatchback interior? I personally think it's very nicely designed and it's more modern than the previous City. And one thing you'll notice, what is this fan for? This fan is to cool down the hybrid battery because the hybrid battery is mounted in the boot. Alright. So now let's check out the boot. Alright, so for the boot there are no spare tire because this is a hybrid car, so the batteries are mounted inside. There are no space for you to put a spare tire. Therefore this is to some very basic storage space with a two hook. Alright. So City EHEV. So what you think about this City Hatchback? Do comment down below and let me know. Alright, does it justify the 100,000 ringgit price tag, or should you go for the normal V variant which is below 100,000 ringgit Malaysia? Alright, do let me know in the comment section. And this car comes with Honda sensing, which means it comes with adaptive cruise control and all sort of safety feature from Honda. So yeah, this marks my walk around video of this 2022 Honda City Hatchback EHEV RS variant. So be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos. So now I'm going to go through the Honda Civic Hybrid. Alright, cheers.